Start with injury update. How's Jeremy?
Well, he won't be fit for tomorrow. So he's had a scan. We're just waiting on the results of that, but we don't think it's as bad as what we first anticipated. So he's up walking about on it, which is good, but there's a little bit of soreness there. So, don't know what the complete diagnosis is just yet.
Looking back on the challenge, what did you call it?
I thought it was overly aggressive and, could easily have been a red card. Seen red cards given for that. So we'll hopefully get him back. He's desperate to get back and play as quickly as possible. He felt very aggrieved afterwards. Obviously, it was very near the end of the game, but it's part of the game. But he's that type of personality that, we'll see him sooner rather than later.
We spoke to Scott yesterday. He said he felt if he'd made a challenge of that nature, he would be facing calls for red cards for bans. Said that consistency from referees is still an issue. Is it still an issue for you in that sense?
Yeah, at the time I thought it was a red. Alex, he begged the differ. He thought it was just a good challenge, which sometimes, it's borderline. And in terms of Brownie, there would have been a furore around Brownie because there usually is.
In terms of the game at the weekend, your thoughts on that?
Well, tomorrow? Looking forward to it. I thought we played really well on Wednesday. Again, a difficult opponent and difficult venue. Nice to be back at home. We played well against Ross County in both the games, so we're hoping for more of the same and trying to build a bit of momentum going into, it's going to be 3 away games after this one.
In terms of that, the partnership up front it seemed to work very well on Wednesday night. Is that something you're looking to continue?
Well, we'll see. I don't want to give too much away, but I was delighted with the contribution of both Odson and Lee. And not just those two, I thought the midfield 3 were excellent as well. So, yeah, it's given us some food for thought at times. That shape seemed to work quite well, and we created a lot of really good chances and played some super football.
Has Lee been galvanised by Klamala's arrival?
I don't know. I think Lee's just got the bit between the teeth. He's never been a major problem at all, even when he's been out of the team. I think his fitness is getting better. I think he had a really good trip in Dubai, like I said last week. And he's been training well, and in the 2 games of him back, he scored in both the games. So it's great to see him back scoring goals and enjoying his football again.
To have someone, I guess, though, there as competition, it does, I guess, it does a proverbial kick up the pants sometimes. Sometimes every individual reacts differently.
Well, it increases the senses, and Patrick's a young player. He's work in progress, but he's got real good attributes. And in terms of Griff, if he has been given a lift by Patrick coming in, then that's good news for me.
What's the latest on Sorrow?
Well, we're hoping he was going to be here tomorrow, but there's a hold up with the paperwork still, so we don't know. It'll probably be early next week now.
Okay. Are you still interested in trying to get a winger in before the deadline?
Yes.
Yeah. Any further forward on that?
No. So we're working away on it in the background.
Martin Boyle doesn't seem to be going away as a man quite well.
I know Martin well, yeah. He did great for me at Hibs, but that's just complete speculation and people putting 2 and 2 together and getting 5. So at the minute, there's no real names that can come forward with. Nickel and Scouts are working a bit diligently to see if we can get a quality one in with a little bit of experience as well.
With a couple of loan exits this week, in terms of outgoings, do you feel you've got to that point where you're happy with the people you have out the door, or would you like to see them 1 or 2 more?
I think they needed to go and play. I think there's nothing more sort of disheartening than coming in every day and not being around the squad, or not getting the opportunity with the squad being so strong and the team playing so well. So they're still Celtic players at the end of the day, and the reason we put them out on loan is to get them game time, get them experience, and hopefully come back better for the experience of doing it.
You've recalled Ewan Henderson. Is he somebody that'll go back out on loan?
Possibly not, because he's already played for us in a qualifier, so he'll be around the first team training. I don't think you can loan him out again to another club. So it's great to see him back, and he enjoyed the experience, but it's good to see another body back in, and he played maybe not as much as would have liked him to have played. So yeah, that's something we'll look at the future for.
Is that frustration sometimes when you send players out on loan to get that experience and they're maybe not benefiting as much as you'd like?
Yeah, I'm not saying it was a bad loan. I think he got some, decent experience from it, but we would have liked him to played more games.
What's happening with Lewis Morgan? Is he definitely away? I know the deal's not done yet.
Well, as far as I'm aware, it's more or less the idea that he's going to go and join Montreal, Miami.
Neil, I asked you the other day about the 4-4-2 and it was 3-5-2 midweek, the two up front, we spoke about it. I was just wondering, when Ryan comes back, also El Yunusi and Forrest, could we see them play in the front two, or is it just exclusively the three strikers that you would use out there?
God, you've thrown me a curveball there.
Well, I know that sometimes Ryan's been used centrally to play off odds, so would you consider him playing just off him as well?
Yes, of course. Yeah, in the number 10 position, just behind the two strikers, you could play that. Ryan could play that position. I think Jamesy could, as he goes on. Mikey Johnson, he came on and played centrally for the last 15-20 minutes. So again, you don't have to be rigid with the formation. You can change it and tweak it whatever way you like. But ideally, when you get players of that quality, you want them playing in the best positions.
When you've got teams that are sitting in and looking to make life difficult, how important is it to have that flexibility of tactic, shape, and just order to sort of pick your way through these things?
No, it's not trying to be a tactical genius or anything like that. It's just trying to give them a variation in how you play and change things up and make them think about things a little bit more as well. And we've got quality players who understand the formations or understand how we want to play. So, it's great having that football intelligence within the squad as well.
What do you make of the actual blend between Lee and Hodgson? What do you think that the strengths are their partnerships so far?
Well, I thought that, the understanding was very good. They're intelligent players, they've got good football intelligence, they're both bona fide centre forwards and they both know how to play the position. And the more they play together, I suppose the more of an understanding they'll get.
It's rare to see sort of two strikers sort of being paired up together these days. Do you think it's something that's sort of dying out the game?
Not really. I mean, it depends on, if you play a back three, a lot of teams, Inter Milan, for example, Conte, will play with two strikers. And I thought, that was, really brave of him to bring that formation back, and it works well for him. It worked well for him for Juventus. He did it with Italy. He did it with. He's doing it now. Went to Milan with great success. So, you look at your personnel. You look at who's fit, who's available. You look at your best players, and you think, right, well, what way can we exploit the opposition with the personnel that we have? And sometimes you play with a 4, and sometimes you play with a 3 or a 5.
The team you play in, Larson always play alongside Sutton or Larson. Sometimes all three play.
Yeah, because he was a world-class player, so you wouldn't have left Henrik out of any team.
It's all as you say, it's all about the personnel. But do you think that managers and coaches have got too stuck in trying to play this one striker, guys, players coming around? Has that become a bit too cliche?
It's definitely in vogue, and has been for quite a considerable time. But when you see, teams having success with that, you understand why coaches would like to replicate that. I'm not sort of stuck in the one formation. I'm quite happy to be flexible. At Hibs, I play with a diamond at times or a back three. We've done that here in the last couple of games, and for the majority of the season we've played like a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3. So, like I say, it just depends on the opposition at times and who's available to play as well. I don't get bogged down too much in the tactical side of the game. I leave that to my coaches.
There was also some headlines in the back pages today. Club partly unhappy with some comments from Chris Boyd and Lee Griffiths. Have you got anything to add to that?
Not really. I support the club, and I think a little bit more sort of discretion or tact, could be used at times. And we want Lee to flourish now and be happy, and he's got plenty of mental strength. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been at the club here for so long.
Given what he's been through, do people need to take a little bit more care with what they're saying about him?
I don't think people these days really give it much thought. We live in an age now where there's no accountability or responsibility at times for whether it's a mental health issue or other issues. So it would be nice if they shown a little bit more sort of compassion at times to individuals, but because at the end of the day they're human beings. But he's in a good place at the minute. He's enjoying his football, and long may that continue.
Is the thing that encourages you that he seems to be relishing the chance to perhaps shut up some of his critics and that's it?
Well, I've never been a critic of him. He's a natural goal scorer, and that's the hardest thing in the game to do. So, if he has his critics, and we all have our critics, the best thing to do is to go out, play well for the team, score goals. You don't need to bite back. Just keep it in-house and be proud of yourself.
You've got to commend that mentality of these, all the back pages and all the stuff, the things that you said. He's still, as you say, in the training ground and then on the park now. Producing.
I don't think he's done anything wrong to warrant controversy at the minute or back page headlines, other than his goals. Yeah, he has a bit of fun maybe with a celebration here and there, but I think I don't think there's any. I'd be the first one to get on top of him if there was a act of ill discipline or something beyond appeal that did any damage to the reputation of the club. But I don't see that from him at the minute, and I think it's unfair.
In terms of the link up between Lee and Hodgson, is it something you work on a lot of training, or does it just come naturally to players are like their ability quality? I
think sometimes it just comes naturally, the natural instincts or the spontaneity, to see things at that split second moment, and they do it. So, but they have worked on a little bit of combination play at times with John and Damien as attacking coaches. But the majority of the time it's their understanding of each other.
Just back to the transfer window, are there any other areas you're looking to strengthen?
Not really. But if this is the last week of the window, and normally there's a few curveballs get thrown up, and if it's one that appeals to you and it's within the budget, then I always think that that you can go to the last hour of the window, so there's plenty of time left to see if there's any business to be done.
Have you seen any curveballs yet?
Not yet. Good question.